Has that resulted in giving more leverage and more power to the LPs as opposed to before when they just came in after the whole process was done?
I wouldn't call it like leverage or power. It has meant that there's a bit of a closer working relationship that has actually started to exist between LPs and GPs, where LPs became just much better at co-investing, having dedicated teams, build out the resources to execute at the same pace of the GPs, which was perhaps historically an issue. Historically, LPs were always told that they were too slow in saying yes or no, or making their ultimate investment decision. That has changed a lot over the last decades, with a lot of the specialist firms having a dedicated team assessing and selecting the right investments. So therefore, that allowed also the GPs to proactively go after deals that sometimes were a bit larger than their fund size allowed for. And that then kind of like drove to a further adoption of co-investment capital into the ecosystem.
So it's now mainstream?
It's very much mainstream, yeah, absolutely. And I think then there was another bit of a pivot moment in recent history, which was COVID or the aftermath of COVID, which had led to slower fundraising cycles, like less dry powder available for certain managers.
Why? Because of interest rates?
Yeah, partially because of interest rates, but overall the risk appetite slowed down. In the new world, the macro environment looked pretty bleak just after COVID. So fundraising was very difficult, which meant that there was more need for co-investment capital for managers who were fundraising to execute on good deals.
People literally needed to team up to make something happen.
Exactly, that's absolutely right.